Hello, my name is Brakami Dela Cruz, professionally known as B. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a basic facial. During a basic facial, all you need is just the power of touch. The power of touch is everything. So some of the supplies that you need for your basic facial is 2 bowls. I like to have a large bowl for my water and a small bowl, and a hand towel to clean my hands. I like to put some water in. I like to have 2 water sources. We have a sink right here, and then we have this water source. I like to do 2 double cleanse. So this first cleanse is this muscular water. This muscular water will be used to take off any eye makeup or lip makeup. And then I like to do my second cleanse with my green tea cleanser. This green tea cleanser is really good. Anyone can use it. Pregnant women, people with acne, people that are on Accutane, anyone. So there's no restrictions on this one. Then I would like to go in with my coconut papaya enzyme. So this is basically a really gentle exfoliation. Anyone can use this, even pregnant women. The sensitivity level is about a 1 to 2. And what I like to tell my clients, if they can tolerate this, then they can tolerate the next step. I am a progressive esthetician, not a aggressive esthetician. The next thing I like to use is the strawberry spearmint mask. The strawberry spearmint mask, it smells so good. It's really beneficial for just that relaxation, and it's kind of creamy, so it's so easy. I like to massage it into the skin, or you can use a brush. And I like to use our Peptides eye cream. This eye cream helps with puffiness, fine lines and wrinkles, and dark circles. Then our SPF 30. This SPF 30 is super lightweight and it's non-greasy. And we have our little lip hydrator kit. It has vitamin E in it, so it brings in that moisture. So I do have some goggles for my client. You always want to make sure that your client is aware that of the bright light is coming down every single time, so that they know. So these are some of the things that I like to use to remove my products. I have 4x4s, sponges. The warmer the water is, the faster the sponges absorb. And then I have 2x2s. These 2x2s is what I usually use for eye makeup removal. And then on my top rack, I have my hand sanitizer, 2 math brushes, and some long applicators, and 2 toners. I have the hydration toner and then the mint refining toner. Okay. So that was just the introduction of this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So before my client lays down, I like to put this towel pack down. I make about 2 or 3 of them per each visit, so it's just really easy if in case I do have that back-to-back client. So basically what it is just a folded up towel. And then you have your draping towel, is your first layer. Then you have your headband, filter placement paper, and then you have a base layer towel. So right here, if you can see, my client is already laying on to the table with everything that laid out. So this will be laid out before the client gets here. And then I did provide 2 hot towels in here. Before our facial, I did do a consultation. I did ask my client what was her concerns about her skin, what was some things that she noticed, and what were some things that she wanted to work on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the steam down. And I like to adjust it but fairly close. Does that feel okay? And always ask your clients, does that feel okay? Because the steamer could be too close and could potentially burn the client. As the steam is coming in and it's doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and drape my client. So this headband is very stretchy, so all you got to do is just pull it over and it secures the towel. Just like that. And I like to tuck 2 fingers around just to make sure that it's not too tight onto the ears. Because sometimes it can squeeze the ears a little bit and cause a little headache, and you want your client to be relaxed and not in pain. And how does that feel? You feel okay? So my client, she told me that she was shaking her head, that she's already relaxed, she's comfortable, and she's ready for it. What I like to do is I like to take my towel and I like to put it onto my leg for easy access. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some water. Okay, so before we get started on our facial, I like to hand sanitize and take off all my rings. So the rings can get stuck into some of the like piercings or anything like that, and it can sometimes rub on the face. So I just like to have clean fingers, nothing on here, just straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started in cleansing her eye area and her lip area using my micellar water. And I like to warm it up sometimes because the micellar water can be a little cold. And how I remove the eye makeup is I like to go down onto the skin and go around and just go around and make sure that you're cleaning underneath the eye because you don't want it to make them look like raccoons. And then I like to do the top of the brow, and then on the actual eyelid you can just do a clean sweep and just do it really gently. Make sure that the eye is cleansed. And I'm just cleaning off her lips if she has any lip products or anything like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do our first cleanse using our green tea cleanser. And then what I like to do is I like to put my hand underneath the steamer, and that just kind of warms up that product, just like that. And you can move it all around. And what I like to do is I like to create a base. I like to start at the bottom of the chin and going up to the forehead, kind of creating that effleurage massage. And I like to create a little bit of friction on the forehead, and I like to go around to the eye, kind of occipital bone. So this first cleanse is just that first initial touch of basically saying that I got you and I'm your skincare bestie. And creating that touch is that connection. I like to take 2 4x4 towels. And what I like to do is I like to take my finger and just pop it over just like that, because you have so much control. So I pop them in there like that. And this particular cleanser is very creamy, so a little goes a long ways on this one. Foamy cleanser, a creamy cleanser, or if it's a gel cleanser. So there's all sorts of types of cleansers out there. Okay, so after we do our second cleanse, now we're about to do our skin analysis. So during our skin analysis, we do have to warn our client that the bright light is coming down. What I like to use is some tanning goggles and some 2x2s, and just creating that barrier just like that. And I also use this mechanism for my LED treatments. It's just creating a barrier just to protect those eyes. So sometimes people's eyes are very sensitive if they had LASIK surgery or anything like that. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop it onto her eye, just like that. going to be a bright light, and I am going to do a skin analysis. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the 2x4s. I put two 2x4s on there with the goggles, and then I am going to turn my steam off. Okay, and I am going to warn her that this is a bright light. Okay, there's a bright light coming. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we have our bright light that is shining onto our beautiful client. Okay, so during this process with the skin analysis, you as a skin therapist can determine on what type of facial is best for your client. And this is where you can determine if you're going to be doing any extractions, if you're seeing any clogged pores, or any fine lines and wrinkles, any broken capillaries, if the skin is dehydrated, and the elasticity. So when you're doing a skin analysis, it's doing a soft peach like this, and that's basically just seeing if the skin has that elasticity. So if the skin goes down faster, the skin is hydrated. But if the skin takes a little bit to go down, the skin is not as hydrated. Okay, so I'm feeling for the texture. So I do see that she has enlarged pores. So enlarged pores are going to tell me that she's an oily skin type. During our skin analysis, I saw that she was a little congested, and so that's going to determine on what type of facial I'm going to do. So I'm going to be using an enzyme that's going to help a little bit with the congestiveness. But what I like to think about it is like Pac-Man eating away the little dead skin cells. So after our facial, she's going to be really nice. She's going to be hydrated. She's going to be toned, protected, and she's going to have a little bit of extractions. At this point, I determined on what type exfoliator I'm going to be using on her, and that is the Blue Aqua enzymes. And the Blue Aqua enzyme is dedicated for blackhead removal. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the steam back on, and so the enzymes can go with the steam. How I like to get my product out is using a tongue compressor and just scooping out that product. Just like that. And I like to scoop it onto my skin. Like that. And I take my little fan brush. That seem okay? Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and put the enzyme onto her skin and let that steam just kind of help with that enzyme eat away those dead skin cells. I'm applying it into a circle of movement. So I'm doing the chin first and the forehead, and then I do the center of the face. And with exfoliator, it's movable, so I'm going to be doing a mechanical and a chemical exfoliation. So the chemical exfoliation is what is doing it right now with the steam is eating away, and the mechanical with the little enzymes in there is what I'm going to be using to massage the skin and the exfoliation. Okay. I'm going to get my hands wet just a little bit. And I'm just going to do a little circle of movement all around her skin just to move that product around. Alrighty, so I'm letting that enzyme do its thing, and I'm going to remove it with a hot towel. Okay, so with the hot towel, what I like to do is I like to twist it like this and air it out. You can test it on your wrist if it's hot and onto the client's shoulder. Is that too warm? Okay. So what I like to do is twist the towel like this, fold it in half, put it where the neck is, where that towel meets, like that. Put it onto the chin. Then what I like to do is I like to put my finger here, fold it like so, and it's creating that triangle, leaving the nose exposed so she can still breathe. Just like that. And it creates that triangle opening. And here, during this towel, you can press on the key points, like her temple areas, and just it just creates that relaxation during this hot towel process. So I like to do the chin, I like to do the temple area, and I like to press down, doing some pressure. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and remove the towel. Open up, I like to go ahead and start pressing down to remove some of that product. Just like so. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and do the extraction process. I like to tell my clients if I'm being too aggressive or if my pressure is too much to let me know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the extractions using my gloves. Always wear gloves during your extraction process. And I also will be using some 4x4s and also a little tool. But I do recommend for new estheticians to not use the tool until you're properly trained, because you can damage the skin if you don't use the tool properly. Go ahead and let her know that the lamp is coming back on, and I am going to put her iPad back onto her eyes. What really has helped me learning on how to extract is basically doing a strawberry, is being gentle and not crushing the strawberry. That is exactly what you want. So basically is what I'm going to do, the same technique just as I did for my facial cleansing, but for this case I'm going to fold this part in, and it's going to create a cushion for my finger. And when you're doing your extraction, this is I like to do my dominant hand and my non-dominant hand. And I like to take my dominant hand to go pressing down and my non-dominant hand to relieving up. So, I'm going to demonstrate. So, to do this, I'm going to just put up a little bit of pressure here. So, this finger is not going to move. This is going to be the finger that's going to be moving and doing all the action. So, basically, I'm just going to be doing a sweeping motion. And that's just going to sweep everything and do some gentle extractions. Okay, just want to get right, right. How's that pressure? Is that okay? I like to spend at least 5 to 7 minutes on extractions just to make sure that everything is cleaned out. Okay, so a proper way on how to remove your gloves without doing cross-contamination is, you see this little lip right here? Take this lip, go around like so, slowly pull out, and take the non-exposed lip and basically put it in with itself. And now you did not touch it, your hands are still clean. But I do like to do a hand sanitize just to make sure. So now, after the extractions, we are gonna go ahead and close up the pores with our toner, and then we're gonna do a facial massage with, and then the mask. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some toner, and I'm gonna go ahead and close up those pores that I just opened. So for the massage, the facial massage, I'm going to be doing 3 different types of massages. An efforage. An efforage is more like a wiping. A friction massage, so you're creating that pressure. And then a feathering. You're going to be feathering off. That's when you're ending the facial. A tapping. I like to do a tapping around the eye area. And then I like to do a pefferage. A pefferage is kind of like a slight pinching, but it's a really nice relaxing massage. So let's go ahead and do our facial massage. I'm currently using Amber Professional Facial Massage with collagen and vitamin E infused. So this is the Efforage massage. It's more like swiping, like so. And then the friction is what I like to do on the forehead, and that is just creating some pressure. And then you have some of the tapping. And then you have the feathering. So with the feathering massage, you slowly decrease your pressure and slowly branch off, just like that. So when you do your feathering massage, they're not going to notice it. It's when you go like this. That is not relaxing. When you feather off, that's relaxing, because that's know that you ended your facial massage. So alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead and do our mask. Okay, so our face mask that we're gonna be using today is our green tea face mask. The green tea face mask is really good for oily skin type clients. And since we have our massage cream, we're gonna let that soak in, and we're gonna put the mask on top of the massage cream. So do it just like so. Okay. And I like to take a fan brush, and you're basically just going to go around first and then the center of the skin. So during this time, the mask time, you can either do a shoulder massage, or you can do a quick cleanup and then do a shoulder massage. And that's usually what I do, is I do a quick cleanup while that is on. I like to quietly clean up my area, make sure it's back to what it was, because it does get a little crazy during the facials. And that's okay if it does, because you just put it back in order. Okay, so since we spent about 2 minutes cleaning up our little area, I'm going to go ahead and provide a shoulder massage for my client. And I'm using the Amber massage cream. So what I like to do for a shoulder massage is I like to pop my hands with some lotion right there. Believe me, it makes your client feel amazing. So I just make sure, I'm basically just like washing my hands with lotion. Then I'm going to go like this underneath her shoulders. So I'm making sure that the shoulder is getting lotion, and then once everything is secured and I like that the lotion is on the skin, And that's when I'm applying my pressure for the shoulder massage. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the mask using a hot towel. So we're gonna go ahead and get the hot towel ready. In here, my hot towel is also a sanitizer. So I'm going to turn on my UV light and turn off my heating, and I'm going to go ahead and put my goggles in there to sanitize. So for the hot towel, we're going to go ahead and fold it. And that gap right there, we're going to put it where the neck is. Make sure to test it on you first, always. So I feel like when you leave the massage cream on there and with the clay mask, it's just so much easier to remove the mask. Okay, so after our mask, I'm going to go ahead and apply my eye cream. And with the eye cream is I like to go right underneath the brow bone and also around the eye area, and then up where the nose is. Where that nose bridge is, it just goes up and around. Up and around. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and apply some moisturizer. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply some sunscreen. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and provide her with the lip care kit. So with that is I like to put just a little bit on, oh, I'm actually running out some of this. But I like to put some just onto my hand. And then I like to take one of these and I just mix it all together like that. And that is our basic facial process procedure protocol. So thank you so much for watching. Bye now.